Chum, you're late.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, you are.
Well, I'm earlier than usual.
I mean, I wouldn't yell at him for being late.
Why don't you try some positive encouragement?
Give me a ring.
You couldn't fit in there with a chainsaw and a blender, son.
I've never been up in the F-16. I've heard it's unbelievable, doing a 9G turn and everything. I want to sell my items today because...
You're not insane. Because, I mean, you got to be a little bit crazy. I mean, no, you got to be bat crazy to actually fly in one of these things. I mean, especially when they've formation.
It's been one of the world's dominant fighter planes since it came out in the 1970s.
You know who wore these?
Well, I got some pictures there.
There when they went around a turn.
The G suit, yes, sir.
They seem in decent shape. I mean, just by the tags, though, you can tell they've been washed a lot.
They've been washed a lot, yes, sir.
I mean, it's one of those things that's really hard to...
Up there.
You got a deal.
All right, thank you. I'm walking away with 325. Hopefully, I'll be able to...
This is the old man yelling at me.
Chumley, I'm gonna put you in a damn grave. Chumley, I'm fixing to hit you. Even yell at him without them crying about it. Back in my day, the boss would slap you around. That is if he liked you. Chumley, you're about as useless as...
Can I help you?
Yes, sir, I hope so. I have a tape recording of a conversation that I had with... I was on an emergency actions team in the Pentagon, and I took the phone call from President Kennedy, more or less by accident, a mistake, according to some people, to telling him that there was a mistake made in the White House. And that didn't sit too well with him.
Wow.
A couple of...
Ended conversation with the President of the United States while the latter was attempting to complete a telephone call to the Army War Room. Throughout the conversation, you demonstrated to a remarkable degree an ability to respond clearly to...
And the next thing I heard was the president saying, "What's wrong with you fellows over there?"
So the president was pissed off at you?
Yeah.
And how bad it was. I mean, it was on nationwide TV at this time. You know, the dog attacks, angry would be really unique. So what do you want to do with it?
I want to sell it.
All right. And did you have a dollar figure?
Yes, sir.
What's that? But a recorded personal phone call? That's different. It's on a reel-to-reel. You have one that'll work with a reel-to-reel? Can I cruise out? Okay. So you need me out at the Clark County Museum?
No, not at all. I think he'll be surprised at what went on in the conversation. I think he was really surprised about how much...
Thing on an old reel-to-reel tape, and he wants $100,000 for it. So we're taking it to the only guy I know with a machine that can play old tapes like this.
From General Unger. Okay. May 13th, 1963. This would have been during the Birmingham riots then, on the edge. Because things were so close to completely coming apart in Birmingham to where we might have had to occupy an American city. Well, shall we listen to it?
Please do.
War room, and then they weren't able to switch me over to you. Don't they have a connection around there that can switch me from one war long? Yes, sir. Now, I just wanted to find out what units you were moving to McClellan and to Maxwell.
That's it.
Okay.
That's it.
By mid-62, they were recording in the White House, and they were recording telephone conversations as well. And those tapes are now publicly, either the Kennedy Library Collection or the National Archives.
If this tape does exist elsewhere...
To you, but there's no way I could buy this.
Yep.
I think you have something really neat to pass down to your grandkids.
Okay.
It was great listening to...
Abuse me when no one's around, so I'm gonna prove... Oh, my bad. Oh. Why?
I just want to see it for a minute. Give it here. I want to record. Damn nice phone.
My life was a long time ago. I came to the pawn shop today to sell a really cool vintage chemistry set. My Christmas gift, 1936. This chemistry set, I really was disappointed, and this wasn't on my list. But in here was the magic, because it told me how to make gunpowder. So I followed
This guy in the neighborhood.
These vintage chemistry sets are cool, and they definitely don't make stuff like this for kids anymore. But if I buy it, I'm gonna...
some exciting stuff.
So what are you looking to get out of it?
Well, I think it ought to go for at least, what, 150? As a collector, oddball item,
I'm sure there's plenty of people out there that would love to have it.
I'll drop to 100 and remind you that you can't buy chemicals in wooden containers.
Thanks a lot. Charlie will write you up.
Good. Okay. I think that's more than fair. I think it'll be better than having it set in my closet, and I sure don't want to give it to my grandkids. So I...
Chumley's phone. Who in the hell's this?
What are you answering my phone calls for? The old man took my phone because I was trying to record. Don't talk to my grandma like that.
Wasn't your grandma? IDK?
I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know?
Means I don't know.
It has to mean something. The world. Just pick up the damn phone and talk to someone.
Clean silver, got a whistle, and some bells on it. The kids would teeth on this end of the pearl.
Is that why people had such bad teeth back in the day?
Do you know much about it?
I know it's got the cat and the fiddle and the cow jumped over the moon on it, and it's got a sterling mark.
And this would be a good thing for a baby because it killed germs. This was made by Gorham. That's an American silver.
I only found one other one.
What you're saying is you got the holy grail of baby rattles here.
Maybe, maybe not.
If you were rich in the 1800s and wanted a hallmark on it, it's a later hallmark. It's from 1860 to like 1890, so we know it's not really early stuff. They used like a pewter solder on it. Is barely legible. I don't think this is original. I think someone put this in there because it looks like this by somebody. It just doesn't look right.
Okay.
And generally, when it doesn't look right, it's not.
Is that real pearl on it?
Yeah, bought it off a friend. Maybe you get your money back.
Yeah, maybe.
Or maybe he won't be a friend anymore. All right, sorry about that, man.
I think he's wrong because I think they would
Today, and he won't give it back.
He was trying to record me. He was trying to get me upset. He threw papers off the desk. You try to record me again from a girl, Chumley.
Is it a picture? Let me see.